In this video, we're going to open a Photoshop or .psd file, import an image into the file, and then explore a couple of ways to move that image around. Firstly, let's open our suitably named file from a previous video. You can go ahead and start a new document with instructions from the first video in the series if you prefer. Now we can see our Photoshop document, and for me this is a white A3 portrait shaped document. Photoshop calls this area the canvas, a bit like how a painter would refer to their canvas. The next step is to import an image. I found a nice image of a Swiss hiking path, which I'm going to use. I'm now going to push my Photoshop window to one side, revealing my image file on the desktop. I'll drag my image file onto the canvas and let go. Immediately, I can see my image file on the canvas and what looks like some wiry lines around it and an X shape across it. This is Photoshop asking you to position the image so that you're happy. I can do this with my mouse pointer like so. I'm going to line my image up to the left here, but I can see that it's not quite big enough to fill my canvas. I can hold the Shift key on my keyboard and then use one of the small boxes in the corners, and I can drag my image so that it appears larger. To do this, I'm holding the Shift key and clicking with my mouse on one of the corner boxes and dragging it until it is larger. When happy, I can let go of the Shift key and the mouse and just press the Enter or Return key on my keyboard. Usually, stretching your photograph and making it larger to fill your canvas is a bad thing to do. A photograph is made up of pixels, and by stretching it in this way, we're asking Photoshop to make up new pixels, and this can result in a lower image quality. A small amount of stretching like I've demonstrated though, only has a small negative impact. Now there are two ways to move your image around the canvas once we've placed it. The first one is by using the Move tool. The Move tool looks like a cross with 4 arrowheads on it. With the Move tool selected, we can click and hold our image to drag it around the canvas. You may also notice a small box appear once you're dragging the image, and that gives you some measurements. These measurements tell you how far your image is from the left, right, top or bottom of the canvas as indicated. This is only really useful for more precise work, such as creating borders, and we'll discuss that in a later video. The second way to move an image is using the rectangular marquee tool. This tool is located here. With this tool selected, I can right-click or control-click, select Free Transform, and then I can move the image around. When happy, I can press Enter or Return. We've explored some basic functions in this video by opening a Photoshop file, importing an image, and using tools to move our image around the canvas. In the next video, we'll continue to build upon our knowledge of Photoshop's abilities.